Vaggie was about to spare a kid, but she realized something. Kid or not, this was a sinner. And Vaggie would sigh as then she would take him down, destroying him. As she felt bad about it, she then smiled as Lute would put her hand on her shoulder. Saw some doubt there, but I guess it doesn't matter since you went through with it. Good job. As Lute would slap Vaggie on the butt, playfully, as Vaggie would say thank you, as then they both went to heaven. Vaggie never really doubted what she did. She always thought it was for the greater good, but that's the first time she doubted it. As Lute would take her out for dinner, Lute and Vaggie would start talking as Lute would say, I'm proud of you, Vaggie. I know you've doubted yourself, but you still came through to the end. And heaven supports you. Vaggie would say thank you. No problem, Lute would say. Lute would look at Vaggie. Vaggie and Lute always admired each other. Vaggie was second in command, besides Lute. Vaggie was done so well that her and Lute took turns commanding Adam's army when he wasn't around. It was a great responsibility. As Lute and Vaggie would look at each other, they could tell there was something more. Both of them have liked each other for a while, but they didn't do anything. Heaven didn't outlaw, but they discouraged those types of relationships, as Vaggie would then go home and lay down, as she would think about Lute. Vaggie thought about Lute. All she could think about was being with her. She made her feel comfortable. She made her feel nice. And Lute was savage on the battlefield, just like she was. She loved the slaughter with her, as she would have a naughty dream about her. Vaggie and Lute would be laying down in bed together, as then they would kiss and watch TV. As then they would start to have fun. As Vaggie woke up, she would blush and run into the bathroom. As she would say, look at me, you're fine, you don't need her. As then she would go out. Vaggie would go to a local coffee shop. As Vaggie would just chill there and drink coffee, she would try to get her mind off Lute. She loved it here. It was a nice local place she went to. As Vaggie would sit there, though, she couldn't help herself but think, why is she having these feelings? Why couldn't she feel this way towards a man? Was this okay? As she sighed, she looked down at her drink, thinking, until Lute would walk in and say, oh, Vaggie, mind if I sit here? Vaggie would say, not at all, as Lute and Vaggie would sit down. As Lute wanted to say something, but she didn't have the courage to, as they would simply drink coffee together and talk. As they both talked, they would talk about things that they liked and things they'd been through and heaven in general. But they didn't really care what they talked about. Lute would just simply stare at Vaggie, that beautiful smile, her beautiful self, and the way she acted. It was all beautiful. It was all perfect. As Lute would simply smile at her as Vaggie went on and on. As then they drank coffee and they left. As Lute left, she would sigh. She wanted some advice, but she didn't really know who to ask. But then she had an idea. This may backfire, but she had to tell someone, as she would knock on Adam's door. As Adam would open the door, he would say, so, Lute, what brings you here? Are you finally ready to go out with the first man on earth? Lute would say, no, but it's about that. As Lute would walk in, and she would say, can I have some advice? Adam would say, sure, what is it? Well, are these about girl troubles? Because I'm not really the best at that, because I'm a man, a great man. As Lute would sigh, she was already regretting this, as she said, well, you know how you like a girl? Adam would say, yeah. Well, what if I liked a girl? Like, wouldn't that? Adam would say, that's hot. No, I don't. Adam, you're not helping. It is hot, and who cares what other people think? As Adam would say, are you strong? Lute would say, yeah. Are you smart? Lute would say, yeah. Are you gonna kiss me? Lute would say, it. Wait a second. As Adam would say, almost got you. Anyway, Lute, you're strong, you're smart, and you got this. Who cares what others think? And they try to kick you out, I won't let them. As then, Lute would suddenly smile and hug Adam and say, thank you. Adam would smile back and say, no problem. So, can I join in? Lute would say, you had to ruin it as she walked out. Adam would say, what? It was just a question. As then, Lute would go over to Vaggie's place late at night. As she knocked on the door, Vaggie would open it. And Vaggie would say, what? As suddenly, Lute would kiss Vaggie, as Vaggie would kiss back. As then, Vaggie would stop the kiss. I don't really know if we should do this. I mean, we work together, and we're both... Lute would say, I don't care. Listen, I love you, And I know you love me too. We've been working together for years and years now, even decades. Let's just give in, if only for a night. Vaggie would blush as she would nod, as they would have fun together that night, as it felt amazing, it felt passionate. As Vaggie woke up, Lute was walking out, as Vaggie would say, "Wait, let me make you breakfast." Lute would simply smile, as then they would go down and eat breakfast together. As they would talk, they would also enjoy each other's company. As Lute and Vaggie enjoyed each other, they would continue to have fun, and days would pass. Days would turn into months as they hid it from everyone except for Adam. Adam would joke about joining in, but other than that, not much happened. Until one day, Vaggie and Lute were going on an exorcism when something different would happen. Vaggie would surround Camilla Carmine with the rest of her soldiers. As she did this, she was ready to strike, as Camilla Carmine would jump up and begin to strike at them, taking some of them out. Vaggie was just barely able to dodge, and she would kick Camilla Carmine down. As they were going to fight, eventually Vaggie just flew away, as she would tell Lute everything, as then Lute would look at her and hug her and say, "Let's make her pay." As Lute decided to make them pay for threatening Vaggie, her girlfriend, Vaggie and Lute bonded closer and closer every day as they would nod and prepare to set up a plan. As Lute just wanted to go down there and destroy them, Vaggie would say, "No, we need to gather intel." Lute would say, "I know the perfect guy." As one day, they would be wearing disguises as they would meet up with Alistair. Vaggie would then say, "Can we really trust a demon?" As then Alistair would laugh and say, "Oh, I can tell why you don't want to trust me. I do have a bad habit of, well, exterminated people like you. I guess we have that in common, but you're gonna need me." As Alistair would talk, as they would all talk about a trap, they're gonna lure Camilla Carmine out so they can take her out once and for all, and take all the weapons back she's been hoarding. As then we cut back to Vaggie and Lute, as they were gathering a strike force. As this was going on, Adam would walk in. "How are my two favorite girls doing?" Adam would say as he hugged Lute and Vaggie, saying, "So, you think if I do a good enough job?" Vaggie would say, "No." "Understood." As then they gathered their strike force, as they were waiting for the next exorcist. As the next extermination day would come, most of the exorcists would go down and do things like normal, and Vaggie and Lute would have a small task force go after Camilla Carmine to destroy all the weapons. As we cut to Alistair and Camilla Carmine, as they were in a warehouse, supposedly protected from them. The walls were enchanted with things that angels can't get in. As then they would start to talk business, as Camilla Carmine would say, "So, you want to join my empire? Very well, you will have a high up position, and you'll be given territory. I'm surprised you took this long to get territory." As Alistair would say, "I don't care about territory. All I care about is deals." As then Alistair would destroy the wall, causing Vaggie and Lute to fly in. As Camilla Carmine looked in horror, Alistair would simply laugh. "Oh, Camilla, you finally thought I was ready to join your little group. I merely attend your meetings, but I got bored of you, so I made a deal to get rid of you." As Alistair would disappear, suddenly Vaggie and Lute would charge at Camilla Carmine. She would start to dodge them with dance moves, as Camilla would fight back. She trained to fight angels, so she was pretty good at fighting them. However, Vaggie and Lute, as they started to lose, they would look at each other, and they didn't want to lose each other. They loved each other, as then they would tap into each other's anger, tap into each other's power. As then Vaggie and Lute would pump each other up, as they would say encouraging words, as they would say, "We got this," as they would charge at Camilla Carmine. Camilla Carmine would be able to block Vaggie, but not Lute at the same time. As she barely dodged it, she would hit her lip, causing her to have a scar, as then Lute would then punch her, as Vaggie kicked her, as they would switch in and out. Eventually Camilla Carmine would get tired, as they would both slay her. They did it. The ultimate angel destroyer gone, as then they would burn down the warehouse and make sure that none of these angelic weapons were sold in hell. They would make sure that no one could ever build an army to defeat them. As Vaggie and Lute were leaving, they would look at the fire, as they would kiss on top of it. As they saw the sparks fly, as they saw the buildings burn, they knew their love burnt even brighter. That's going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends. I hope you all enjoyed this video, because you know I did. It was a very fun video to make, very interesting video. I think making it was quite fun and enjoyable, which is always the important part. That things are fun and that things are enjoyable. That is the most important part. So yeah, Hope you enjoyed this video, because I enjoyed it. And I think Vaggie and Lute are an interesting couple, and I was surprised there wasn't more fan art of this, so I just had to, I just had to make it, and I just had to make it. And I hope you all enjoy it, because a lot of times there'll be a lot of fan art, a lot of stuff for me to work with, and sometimes there'll be nothing. So today was a day where there was okay amount. Wasn't really a lot, but it was enough for me to cram in there, which is nice, It's very nice. Also, sorry about the low quality pictures. It's just there's not a lot of pictures of Lute and Vaggie. That's why there's so many Charlie videos, because there's tons and tons of pictures of Charlie and Angel, but there's not really a lot of pictures of Vaggie and other stuff. So if I don't do a character a lot, because there's not a lot of good pictures of them, because how it works is I find pictures on Google, I save them, and I put them in my video. That's how I do things. So yeah. If there's not a lot of pictures of them, it makes it kind of hard. So that's why the pictures may have not been the best, but I still think they work. So yeah, what videos do you want to see next, and what ships do you want to see next? Let me know in the comments below. I love you all so much. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my channel. It really does mean the world to me. I still can't believe I've came this far, and I hope I have a long way to come, I hope I'm not reaching my limit. If I am, I'm going to break past it. Like One Punch Man, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and a 10-kilometer run. Can't believe that season's going to come out soon. I'm so excited. I've been playing a lot of Skyrim too, And yeah, what videos do you want to see? Also, what's your favorite type of video? Gaming, reaction, animation, even plush videos? SML, I'm pretty sure, is the biggest plush channel, but there's other ones. But yeah, there's tons of different videos and different kind of things for videos, I think gaming used to rule the internet, and then it became like challenge videos ruled the internet with Mr. Beast and all that. Maybe I shouldn't say Mr. Beast. I know there's a lot of drama, but I'm not gonna get into the drama. I did make a video saying why Mr. Beast is the best YouTuber, and I deleted it once all the drama came out, because I was like, no, I don't know. Yeah. It was even up for a while afterwards. I just commented this video didn't age well. And then people came out defending them. And then people came out against them. I don't know what to believe. I don't know. But just, yeah, I'm not getting into it. Love you all. Hope you have a good day. Peace out.